Which one of these records is gonna make me rich? Kick it! Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. I know you got a lot to choose from, so I always appreciate when you click on one of my videos. I think we got 233 subscribers as of the time of making this video, so that's 232 more than I ever thought I'd get. We're going to get to some eBay sales and what things are going for, what vinyl records are going for in this crazy time of vinyl right now. I want to share some things that I've picked up, recent pickups that go into, hit a few local antique malls. You never know where you're going to find records, but fortunately, some tapes, CDs, but looking through the vinyl, everything is getting priced a little high. I'm glad people realize that vinyl, was worth something. It's not something to throw away anymore. But man, oh man, oh man, the price is a little crazy. Here's some of my recent pickups. This I got the German heavy metal band Halloween. They are one of the few bands who did the I want to say kind of like a reunion tour the way it should be done. They brought back former artists or former musicians that were one time in Halloween, singers, guitar players, and they all went out on the road a few years ago, and I caught the show, and it was amazing. And they all worked on a new album. So we got all the people from the past and present of the heavy metal band Halloween, and I heard this, I listened to it on YouTube, wanted to make sure it's something I wanted to get, and then I sprung for it on vinyl. So I can't wait to open this up and get that. So Halloween there. I'm going to see Wasp later this year on their 40th anniversary. I saw Wasp first in '86 when they opened up for Kiss, and I realized they're a band that keeps on going. So I stopped collecting them, I want to say around the Headless Children, so late 80s, early 90s, and I realized every few years they've been putting out an album. So one of the albums they put out is Eldorado, and I picked that up on vinyl. All the other vinyl of their more recent, I guess, releases in the last 25 years or so were a little high on price. So I got a lot of those on CD to save myself some cash. One of my favorite bands, one of my favorite rock and roll bands of all time, and they are always listed under like the alternative or indie rock section, is a band called Superchunk from the Carolinas. And they are an amazing band. I always praise them highly on this channel. They just came out with a new album, and I liked it. I liked side 1 a lot. Side 2, I wish they had a little more. I mean, we're all getting older. I'm sure these guys, speaking about getting older, yesterday was my birthday. I turned 15. Oh, upside down. I turned 51. And these guys, I think, were a few years older than me. So they're like mid-50s, late 50s, probably mid-50s. So, you can't balls out rock all the time. It hurts. It hurts your back. It hurts your knees. So I get it. But I do like Superchunk when they're at their mid-tempo or quick tempo a lot. Side 2 was good, and it'll grow on me. The slower stuff takes a little more time to grow on me, but side 1 was I thought was great. The album before this, I want to say, was phenomenal. Phenomenal. It is hard. I mean, how many bands do we like that we can say, yeah, I really like their last album, or I really like one of their more recent albums? How many bands from the 70s, 80s, or 90s do we get a more recent release and go, wow, this is one of their best? It's hard. I'm going to say not often. Not often at all. But Superchunk, with the record before this, pulled it off, and this is also a great, strong release. So I was in a Superchunk mood, and when I went to Reckless Records, my favorite ones here in Chicago, they have 3 locations, I picked up, I want to have all their stuff on LP and CD, and one of the things I didn't have on LP was Foolish. This is from 1994, has a great song, Driveway to Driveway. And it is a great record, and I always had it on CD, so now this is a reissue of it. I finally got it on vinyl. And speaking about Chicago, Chicago's own Urge Overkill, they just put out a new record. And they had kind of like, they put out, they had a long wait. Urge Overkill, a lot of people know them from covering the Neil Diamond song Girl, You're Gonna Be Woman Soon, Pulp Fiction movie. They have a great album called Saturation. It was released on the major labels. They started on Touch and Go, which is an independent label. They went to a major label, released that, had songs like Sister Havana, Positive Bleeding, Bottle of Fur. Great, great catchy pop songs. But at the time, it just, I don't know if it wasn't like grungy enough for it, but it didn't really catch on. So they never made it really big. So then they released Exit the Dragon, I think, after that. I think it was a long hiatus. And then they had something with a submarine on it I picked up on CD, and I liked it. And this is We. The Bull on there, and I picked up. This just came out. I have not really heard. I think I played one song on YouTube and I liked it, but it's got. I went for the color version, And in store was the cheapest price. It was only 22 bucks. Where online, I think cheapest one was like 24 bucks for the splatter version. So that's my vinyl pickups. Really quick CD pickups. CDs. I've been purchasing probably more CDs lately than LPs vinyl because of the fact of the price. Prices on new vinyl. I'm not going to pay for a single vinyl album like 28, 32, 34 bucks. No freaking way. Around 20, 22 is about all I'm going to pay. I'm always up for cheap CDs. 99 cents. Wings Over Los Angeles. I guess it's a concert or a lot of these live songs from June 76 around. So that's looking for that. Anthrax. Sound of White Noise. Of course, this is when they had the singer John from Armored Saint singing for them. A lot of people love this one. I've never heard the whole album, so I'm eager to hear that. The only hole, I think, in my Smashing Pumpkins collection was Oceana. I picked it up on CD because I think the LP's version is way expensive. That's I think this is 2012 for them, so that was just like $3. Dangerous Toys, heavy metal band that get lumped in with hair metal. I think they're from Texas. They had Teasin' Pleasin', Scared, which is a great, great song. Sportin' Woody was their another kind of hit. The band you see out in Headbangers Ball and stuff like that. It was 1989 when this came out. So, again, the LP version on this would be too much. So, got it on CD for a few bucks. Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion. Got this for $1. It was in the dollar bin. I always had part 2. So, now I have part 1. So, Boxcar Racer. 2 of the guys from Blink-182. Their little side project here. I believe, like, early 2000s. I really can't read it that well. But I think there are a few songs in that I really liked. Face to Face. Pop-punk band from California. Green Day hit it big. Face to Face. Just as catchy. Just as great. Just as awesome songs. But just never broke like Green Day did. But they do have a strong fan base. And they still tour around and pack in smaller clubs. No problem. So this is a live album. I never knew they had a live album. This is from 1997. Great band. Kraftwerk, The Mix, KFMDM, Adios. Superchamp's one of these bands I think could be a lot bigger if they were released on a big movie soundtrack. I knew they were part of the Tonya Harding movie, Tonya. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen that, check that out. They have a song on that. But, like, if ELO, for instance, ELO was in Guardians of the Galaxy, I think 1 and 2 soundtrack. You put Supertramp on one of those soundtracks like that, that's going to reach the kids of today, and they're going to go, oh, I like the sounds from the 70s. Supertramp, I think, would be just as big as like the whole new ELO thing. Everyone loves ELO. Great singer, has a high range, unbelievable, great voice. Supertramp, this is like all their hits. Now let's go to what this video is about. Soundtrack LPs on eBay. I unfortunately ran out of room for the albums. I complain about that in every video. In order to make room for stuff, for new LPs, I have to clear out some room. And I thought, well, I have 4 shelves like this big full of soundtrack albums. I was a soundtrack record collector. And I was collecting them, and it was fun to look for ones I didn't have and collect. And then I realized I'm not really playing the soundtrack albums. I'm playing all my music LPs a lot. But when's the last time I actually pulled out a soundtrack LP? So let's only keep the ones for movies I really, really, really love, or films that had just great soundtracks. Either it was a score or it was so many great songs on this. It's like a compilation soundtrack for the movie. So because I have bills, I owe the IRS a little bit of money, and you get older, you get health bills, you get all kinds of stuff, you want to travel, so you can use the extra cash, and I can for sure use the extra room for the new albums that I'm buying. So eBay for me is the easiest route for me to sell. It's really the only place I've ever sold albums on eBay. Never really had too much of a problem on that. Any soundtrack I thought was worth more than 15, 20 bucks, I'll throw up on eBay. If it's not worth more than that, I'll just bring it into a store for like a trade-in value. Because for me to take up all my time to list it and put it in a box and ship it, it has to be worth a little something. So I put a lot up there. I put the Batman Dark Knight soundtrack. This one's currently still sitting up there. Catching Fire, Hunger Games picture disc. This one's currently still sitting up there. The Predator soundtrack. This one's currently still sitting up there. World War Z, Brad Pitt, This one really just isn't worth that much. But what I do is look for things that are worth a little something. I go to the Discogs app/website, look at the median value, what the average it's going to sell for. I look on eBay, try to find the cheapest one, and I go under that cheapest price. Because I'm putting things on eBay to sell. I don't want to have one that's the highest price one on eBay or anything like that, because I want people to look at it and go, oh, this is a good deal, and to actually sell it. So I'll just throw out 5 ones that I listed up there, and you can guess before I tell you the answers which one sold for the most. So I put up the Tron 2014 version. It was the kind of the reissue of the original Tron movie soundtrack. I put that one up there. Divergent Picture Disc 2014 had groups like Snow Patrol on it. I put that one up there. X-Men First Class. It was a 2 LP silver edition from 2016. I put that one up there. The Last Starfighter from 1984. It's a science fiction movie. It's hard to come by, I guess, this soundtrack. So I put that one up there. And last but not least, I did put the original Hunger Games soundtrack up there. It's got like Taylor Swift, Arcade Fire. Came out 2012, and I put that up there. Which one do you all think netted me the biggest profit? So let's go up that list. The least one of those, number 5, was X-Men First Class. I listed it for $32, which was the median price. It was in great condition. Probably just played it twice. I listed, I think it's VG++, but it's really near mint. It sold for $45. The 4th highest selling one from that group, Divergent Picture Disc 2014. Again, I probably just played it once. Probably listed it VG++, like excellent condition, but it was pretty much near mint. The average price it was going for was $40. I sold it for $52. Number 3 was that Last Starfighter from 1984. It was in very good condition, being an album from '84. The average price it was going for was around $60, but I think because it was in such good condition, it went for $89. That reissue of the Tron soundtrack from 2014, again, probably played it once or twice. Very good condition. Could sell for around $50. That went for $90. And the number 1 record, which at the time I didn't know how much it was going to sell for. I put it, the average was like around $70, which I was shocked. When I bought it, I probably paid, I don't know, the original list price for it, like maybe anywhere from $28 to $32. I knew it was a popular movie, The Hunger Games, Jennifer Lawrence, everyone loves her. The groups on it, obviously Arcade Fire is really popular. Taylor Swift, could she be more popular? She's huge. So I didn't really know. It turned out to be my number 1 seller from that group. It sold for $125. You're welcome, IRS. So there you have it. Top 5 eBay sellers for me. Like I said, I still have a few more sitting up there. It's always fun to see what things sell for. It's always fun. Always fun. I tell you, if you need room in your vinyl collection, you want to sell vinyl, now is the time. You know, use Discogs, you can use eBay, you can use Facebook Marketplace, where they probably don't track the sales for the IRS. Oh, hint, hint, hint. But then you got to deal with people in person. For me, the easiest way is just eBay. For me and the Pup Pup Dog, thanks for watching.